I know we're probably tired of hearing this, especially during election time, but abortion is not a political issue. It's a spiritual and it's a biblical issue. You know, modern feminism looks at abortion as though it's some kind of sacred right for women, right? We have the right to choose. This is our body, my choice, all this kind of stuff. All this kind of jargon that people quote without really considering what they're saying. I love the word of God, how it reminds us in Psalm 139 that, you know, we were actually knit together. We were formed by God in the womb. We weren't created by some kind of random process or through evolution or any of the other lies that the culture tries to tell us. We were actually created in the womb by God. And so that means that when we're in the womb, we should be protected. Because if not, then you are willfully fighting against a process that is how God creates people. I don't know anything more evil than killing children. We're also reminded in Jeremiah 1:5, before we were in our mother's wombs, God knew us. So not just when we're in the womb, but even before we got there, it says that God knew us. God already knew who we would be, what our name would be, you know, what our purpose in life would be, all of that. And so despite what, you know, many modern women believe, abortion is not something to be celebrated or something that gives women freedom. It's bondage. It's a terrible thing. Abortion is the destruction of the next generation. Abortion is the ultimate attack on fatherhood. You know, many men sit back passively on this issue and say, well, I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to make her mad. It's her choice. But no, it's not her choice. This is God's choice. We need to go with what God says. When God says no, we also need to say no. And if your wife or, you know, your significant other is fighting against what God says, you have to stand up for truth and say, no, we're not doing that. We're going to do what the word of God says.